muchas señales en vivo
y en simultáneo.
Solo por Panam Sport Channel.
Hello everyone, Gary Mazeroff, Gustavo Farel. We're here in Guatemala, the capital, Guatemala City, 34th edition of the Pan Am Racquetball Championships. We have men's singles coming up. Bredenbeck, El Mayor, Jake versus Galicia, Edwin. USA versus Guatemala. Our arbitro, you see here getting the match ready, is Diana Aguilar from Mexico. Gustavo, welcome, my friend.
Thank you, Gary. Great to be here. We are ready for some exciting racquetball today. Yesterday was a bit of a slower day, a shorter day, our fourth day. Today is into our fifth day of competition. We're going through Saturday, where the finals will be had.
Yes, yesterday were what we call fishtail matches into the round of 16. This is a round of 16 singles. The winner will earn a berth, obviously, in the quarters. But normally the loser would would be bye-bye. However, because this is a qualifying year for the Pan Ams, the loser will drop down because we need to establish 1 through 24 places in the draw for October, Santiago. Here we go. Short serve, second serve, two serves in racquetball. It's best of 5 rally scoring, folks. Either player can earn a point here. So even though Edwin's the receiver, if he wins this rally, which he did, he gets a point and he earns a serve, Gustavo.
Edwin is 28 years old, from the capital here of Guatemala City, born and raised.
Good start, 2-0.
Currently number 32 on the IRT Pro Tour, and finished second in the Guatemalan National Championships to Salvador.
One of the many Salvatieras of the iconic racquetball family here in the capital. So great start, Edwin, 3-0. To repeat rally scoring, the best of 5 sets. First to 11, yet one needs to win by 2. And each is entitled to 1 resource, 1 timeout, 1 minute in length each set. Another skip. This isn't the start that Bredenbeck anticipated.
Seems like he's under a little bit of pressure on himself. Got to relax and come into his own.
Ranked number 3 on the International Racquetball Tour. But we start the match, Gustavo, all these rankings go right out the window.
They certainly do. They're all so evenly matched, and it depends on a lot of other factors, how they're feeling the day they're playing, and the crowd itself, the weather, so many factors. Ball's down now, and it is a side out. Point. So Jake from Maplewood, Minnesota, from the Marine on St. Croix area, Minnesota, kind of near my hometown there in North St. Paul.
Straight pass, backhand, left side, winner, second bounce at the back glass. We refer to the back glass as the vidrio. Welcome our photojournalist over here, Alexis. So Diana Aguilar from San Luis Potosí. She is our arbitro principal, head ref. Called it short. Her opinion, the ball did not clear that midline, called the short line. Ball up, Bredenbeck. And Jake finally puts it away with the backhand near side pinch left corner. So he'll serve again, Gustavo, 2-6.
Jake stands 6'2". He's one of the taller players on the tour.
Second opportunity to end that rally. Successful from Galicia. He's been on this stage a number of years as one of the higher quality junior athletes, and now the last few years playing on the adult team. Great serve. That's impressive.
Very
Footwork,
impressive.
racket prep, hitting on balance, even the ball was deep court, and he snaps a forehand winner.
8-2, going to 11 points, win by 2.
Timeout on the floor, so Jake will have used his lone timeout for this set. It's 1 minute in length. Speaking of 1 minute, we'll go to commercial break.
Vamos
Adrián.
a un comercial. Volvemos enseguida.
We're back live in vivo. Gary, Gustavo, and Adrián has joined us. So when we return, Gustavo, it'll be Galicia from Guatemala serving 9 against Jake Bredenbeck, USA 2.
Saw Bredenbeck warming up quite a bit earlier than Galicia. Galicia just kind of walked in the court, hit the ball 3-4 times, and off he went. Jake had been warming up for about 10-15 minutes prior to the start, this being the first match of the day on court 6.
Thank you. Here we go, folks. First to 11. It's 9-2. Ball live. Reverse pinch winner. We call that a quality timeout as opposed to an empty timeout. Jake comes back, earns a serve and a point, 3-9, game 1.
Regardless of what happens here in game 1, Jake has to get that momentum coming back to him.
Good point. Ball live. Wide angle. Surprised he just didn't hit a right side pass. He reversed it, came right back to it. Edwin.
Both players a little bit sloppy.
Good point. I was just going to say that. Great minds think alike.
Beat you to it.
Thank you, my friend.
Cracked out on the left glass. Finally, after ball was up.
Yeah.
Several
just kind of
times
flailing at it, kind of hitting batting practice. That's a great serve. Ace. For those new to the game, an ace serve is an irretrievable serve. In that case, that ball took its second bounce deep court out of the reach of Galicia. So inching back is USA 5-9, and Galicia now has used his one timeout. We'll stay here. We're going to stay here.
We can talk a little bit about the tournament itself, where we're at. I think we're happy to be here again in Guatemala City. This is our second time in 3 months. We were here for the juniors at the beginning of December 2022, and treated very well then, have been treated very well these first 5 days of our visit.
Tremendous. 5th day of play, 4th day of streaming. Thank you for tuning in, folks. You're on the IRF networks, YouTube and Facebook. And a gift, really, we're on the PanAmSports.com network as well. Back in July, we were in Birmingham, Alabama. We had the privilege of being on the Olympic channel as well. So we're going to resume play here at the beautiful Complejo. 10 courts, all glass back, and we're on one of 2 sidewall glass championship courts.
Please go to panamsports.com to get into their app, sign up, see all the sports that are going to be played in the Pan Am Games in Santiago.
To continue, both players have used their timeout for this set. So Tiempo Basil from Galicia, he comes back in. Mistake and a point for the server. Reverse. So exchange of combination sidewall, front walls, near side, and reverses, and finally Galicia puts it away.
Same mistake made by Bredenbeck. He should have gone down that right side. He pinched it right into center court, and Galicia capitalized on it.
And speaking of capitalizing, he has now game point number 1. Not that time. So this will be game point number 2 for Galicia as a receiver because it's rally scoring. And we'll talk about the merits once this game is closed. We'll talk about the merits of rally scoring.
7-10. Bredenbeck serving, short serve, has not been effective with that first serve in most of game 1 here.
So the game is closed, 11-7 in favor of the young man from Guatemala. We're going to stay here and talk about rally scoring.
Okay, that sounds good. We can certainly do that. The benefits, as we very well know, it certainly engages more of the viewing audience, engages the players themselves, as they have to remain focused on every point, whether serving or receiving. They can't go in with the serve and say, okay, I'm just going to kind of rest up, catch my breath, and if I lose the point, well, if I lose the serve, I haven't lost a point. Different story now.
Good point, good.
As well for the viewing,
buenos dichos, senor.
As well for the viewing audience, it's quite a bit more exciting to see
absolutely
points scored
more
all the
engaging.
time.
We've been using that term from a programming standpoint. It's allows for more matches in a shorter period of time. Case in point, more recently, our matches are concluding around 6 p.m. here. Yep. Historically, we get out at 10 p.m., 11 p.m., sometimes after midnight, depending on how long those matches travel. And here we've had a handful of maybe 1+ hour matches. Most of them are 40 to 45 minutes.
And the 1+ hour matches have so far been doubles. And
yes, and very exciting.
Yes.
Longest match thus far, this wasn't a doubles match. Racquetball 3-4 days ago beat Delgado. Racquetball from USA, Delgado from Dominican. 18-16 in the 5th set. In doubles, we had a 17-15 USA over Ecuador in the 5th set.
Another advantage of the rally scoring, obviously, is we're going to the format that's required of the Pan Am and the Olympics.
Yeah.
To make us more efficient for the possible viewing of racquetball there.
Well said. Let's embark on game number 2. Galicia leads 1-0. Good start for Jake.
Very good start, coming in to serve at 1-0.
1-1 coming in. Very dynamic.
Galicia does not show much excitement. You have to wonder what he's feeling inside. Very calm, collected.
Similar to his compatriot, Salvador Jr. Similar game styles, very effective, a lot of talent. Both of them trained by Tomas Travers. ex-coach here in Guatemala. We had the opportunity to share cuisine and some wine with him last night.
Certainly have to give credit to Edwin. He did defeat Daniel de la Rosa in the World Championships this past summer. Very impressive win.
Welcome our producer here, Pablo Fajre. Edwin showing his talento here. So empate, tie at 2, 2 serving 2. Next up on our calendar, Gustavo, we'll have Lalo Portillo, Mexico versus Topo Ugalde, Ecuador in the round of 16 singles for the men. Win or lose, each of these players will play again. Ball live, Bredenbeck off the back wall. Near side pinch winner with the forehand.
Bredenbeck does hit the ball a bit harder than Galicia, but that's not necessarily better.
No, more importantly, good point, and more importantly from this person's opinion is, can I handle his pace?
That's a perfect example there. He hit it harder and it came off the back wall. Again, that 3-wall boast shot.
We share this sporting park with squash. They're next door. Beautiful facility as well. So empate 3 iguales, 3-3 game 2. So what happened there was that ball wrapped around off that deep left glass. Jake opted to hit a forehand and he ended the rally with a near side pinch right corner. In squash, he'd probably stop and hold up. It's just the nature of the game. Speaking of the nature of the game, Edwin returns the favor and hits a backhand pinch left corner.
Impressive.
So 4-4.
Remaining cool, calm, and collected, Galicia. That ball's coming off the back wall with that.
Yeah. Lower percentage shot from Jake from deep court. 36, 37 feet from his back ear. Ball's going to pop up, and it did.
It certainly is. Lead for Edwin.
So what he did there, folks, different twist on that drive serve. He changed the angle and hit a deep crack off that glass, forcing a weak return by Jake, and Tom Travers' racquetball again. Third shot, put it away. Okay, call on the floor was short serve second. So 2-point lead.
Going with the lob, right side. The power hasn't phased Galicia at all. That time he was not able to do anything with backhand drive by Bredenbeck to him.
That backhand return of serve, it felt like Bredenbeck amped it up another 20 to 30 miles an hour.
That time he hit it down the right side. Could have pinched it as well.
Folks, we have another tie at 6. Tie at 2, 3, 4, now a tie at 6. Players tending to the floor. Safety is the #1 concern. That's an official time.
Jake playing doubles with his brother Sam here in the open division. Men's.
Bredenbeck pounding overhead pass, wide angle and cross-court passes. Finally, he scores on it. Has Edwin on that proverbial yo-yo string.
Hitting the ball hard, but that time he hit it lower. Didn't make it to the back wall.
Excellent point. Near side pinch winner, Galicia. Folks, blink your eyes, we're tied at 7.
This one could easily go overtime.
First to 11 win by 2. Short. Those newer to the game, the ball has to clear that midline called the short line. The line in front is called the service line. It defines the service zone. Ball down, straight in, straight back, best shot in the game.
Not much Bredenbeck could do with that one. Could get to it. 8-7 lead again for Galicia.
Short. International Racquetball, Facebook and YouTube, PanAmSports.com. It cost him. That was a loose second serve called a high lob. He wants to nick it, have that ball graze off the side wall. Didn't get the angle he wanted, and Jake was able to come in and take it early.
Bredenbeck screaming to himself there, trying to pump himself up.
This is all games are crucial, but this is crucial with a capital C. He doesn't want to fall behind 2-zip. So we're tied at 8. There it is, right side pass, pure.
Seems to me that Bredenbeck has been more successful going down the lines with Galicia than trying to splat it in the center court because it's over swinging and popping up.
There's another change on angle from that drive serve. Hits the side wall and it cracks out. So now we have a timeout on the floor, and we're going to break for commercial and come back.
Vamos a comercial.
We're back live, Gary with Gustavo and Adrian. So game 2, different tone here. Jake was controlled by Galicia in game 1. Final score, he generated a little momentum, came back to 7. Here in game 2, we've had 5 ties, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. So now, Gustavo, Jake is serving for the game.
I think very importantly here, Jake wants to get this last and final point of game 2. Probably going to go for a crack. He's serving now from the first time from the left side. Looks like a hard drive Z.
Short call.
He's lucky on that one.
He fooled you and me on that one.
Yep.
Didn't
he was
fool,
going for the ace.
Did not fool Galicia.
At all. And that could have been called a good serve.
So he enticed a shot, defensive, actually a low percentage shot, I should say, on that return of serve. Edwin tried to roll it out. He rolled it in. And consequently, we have a tie now in games, 1 set apiece. Your thoughts, Gustavo?
Well, that's kind of what I expected to see here. It was a very close-fought battle all the way to the 5th set, no doubt. Either one of these players can pull this off. Just because, as we said early on, Jake has a higher IRT ranking, that means nothing to Galicia. It's what's here and now, and he's going to leave everything on the court. The style of play, similar in a way. Galicia a little bit more calm. He's not going to be doing the fist pumps, yelling at himself. I don't think I've ever seen him do that.
Maybe once. He was playing doubles.
Yeah. Well, I would have liked to have seen that, but he's just a incredible style of play.
Tranquil player. He goes about his business.
Goes about his business. Before you know it, you're losing and lost. So yes, he's really a strong player in my opinion. I think physically, they both are very, very strong players.
Accurate. Let's place things into perspective here. This is a round of 16 singles. The winner will qualify for Santiago anywhere from number 1 to number 8. The loser goes down. They're going to be in the 2nd or 3rd tier all the way to number 24, probably the 12 to 20 range. So the winner gets to the round of 8, and then that becomes a medal round opportunity because you get to the semis, you have gold, silver, and 2 bronze. Actually here, no, because we're going to have to play for 3rd place.
Let's go to the court now. We're back.
We're live. Game number 3, Gary, Gustavo, and Adrian. Bredenbeck, USA versus Galicia, Guatemala. We're tied in sets 1 apiece.
We alternate serve all the way to the, if needed, 5th game, at which point the highest point total would decide whether they want to serve or not in game 5.
That should be a point. Avoidable hinder. Jake went with a different twist on the serve. He hit a jam. Edwin responded, put it to the ceiling, but set him up. Anyway, point, Jake.
I don't know if I would have called that an avoidable.
Well, we're not the ref.
But you saw it as an avoidable too. Yeah, I didn't think Jake was right there set up to take that defining shot.
Good point. It's a subjective call. You want to be consistent on those calls, and you want to base it on rules of play. Speaking of rules of play, and I have a referee tiempo here for safe and fair play. Senor Aragon coming in, one of our empleados. He and his sister have been here all week long, tending to the task, if you will, here at the Complejo Nacional de Racquetball in Guatemala City. While we're waiting for Aragon to finish his task, Gustavo, you want to share some of the items about the city?
Sure. Yeah, we've, like I said, been here in December, last December 2022 for the World Juniors. We got to really enjoy what was then a little bit cooler temperatures. Now it's a little warmer today. We're going to be in the high 80s. We're at about 1,300 meters high, around 4,000 feet. Mountains, volcanoes, surrounded by volcanoes, some great tourism, hiking.
Great cuisine.
Great cuisine, great
Para
hospitality.
servirle.
Second serve here.
So 2-3, game 3. Both players keeping that ball along that vidrio. Edwin, straight in, straight back. Bredenbeck out of his reach. And when it's out of Bredenbeck's reach, Gustavo, it better be it's certainly a good shot.
At 6'2", yes, and long arms. He can reach many a ball. Nicely done by Bredenbeck there, that wrap around right corner. 2-3. Little short. Yeah, little short. That serve. Bredenbeck knew it.
So lost rally scoring. It's a point earned for the receiver. And he earns a serve. That ball skipped in. A gift for Jake.
That was a good shot selection there by taken by surprise. Unfortunately, it skipped.
Short. So Jake's been impressive here with his serve menu, if you will, Gustavo. He's given on the offensive portion. He's given us just about everything he can.
Made that mistake again on the reverse pinch. He's got to stop that.
Jake's come left. He's come right direct. Near side, deep cracks, reverses to both sides.
5-3.
Neither receiver has been fooled by that same side drive serve. Great shot.
Yes.
Hit the opening. wasn't fazed by Bredenbeck staying so close to him.
Nowhere in his mind was he going to pinch that ball, knowing that Bredenbeck was in front of him. Great shot selection by Edwin.
So the winner of this game will have a 2-1 lead and try to close it out and earn a spot in the quarterfinals. The finals for the adult divisions will be Saturday. Junior divisions Friday. He got to it. He got that frame on the ball, but the ball skipped. The ball skipped from our vantage point. I'm not sure what Deanna called, whether 2 bounces or whether it was a skip.
I agree with your indication and what the referee called. Again, waiting for the...
And he's entitled to find out what the call was. If it was a 2-call bounce, then in our opinion it wasn't accurate, but it's her call.
Yeah.
She can only call what she sees, and we talked about last night in the referee meeting. You don't see it, it didn't happen. And the only time you're going to intervene is if there's a safety issue, because that's number 1 on the court. And here we go, number 1 on the court, Aragon cleaning it.
And we did see a slip the other day, Murray from Canada, that hopefully he'll be back and playing, but it looked like a pretty serious fall because of a wet floor that happened during the rally.
Yeah. In doubles in the tiebreak.
Yeah.
7-3, game 3, Galicia serving. Comes right side, comes up short. Neither player has been effective with that drive serve to the right side.
Trying to shield the ball a little bit, but not
There's
fooling
the nick.
Bredenbeck at all.
Really surprised. Not surprised with what Jake did. He came up and volleyed the ball, took it out of the air, but he went cross court right into the
way this gearbox ball plays, the excessive power sometimes is a disadvantage because it actually makes the ball pop up. And that's what I've noticed here with the power at which Jake's hitting it. The ball is popping up.
So now we have 9-3 in favor of Guatemala. Timeout on the floor.
30-second racket equipment timeout.
Okay, official timeout, folks. It's not a formal timeout. It's not a player timeout. Now this is different than U.S. rules. U.S. rules, a player must use until he or she has used their allotment of timeouts. They must use their own. Here, it's a referee timeout. As Gustavo said, racket, eyewear, 30 seconds. A garment, 2 minutes. Up to 30 seconds or 2 minutes.
Correct.
That's impresionante, no?
What can you say to that other than darn?
So game point number 1 in game 3 for Galicia. Comes left across his body, comes up short. Let's see if he goes back to the nick lob deep. High lob, grazes the glass. As a California, we used to call that a quail lob. Skip that in.
Why was that called a quail lob?
Like dead quail falling from the sky.
See how that kicked up at off the wall?
Never say never, Jake. Trying to get back in this game. He needs 5 more points in succession to force it. Overtime. That'll help.
That was a good serve. That was an ace. He barely got a racket on it back here.
So
Galicia.
Look at the score, folks, at 6-10. Now he needs 4 points. So Edwin, good call, my friend. Tiempo, both. Well, he's used his timeout. And we'll go to commercial break and be back shortly.
Vamos a un corte. Volvemos enseguida.
We're back live here in Guatemala City, the capital of Guatemala. 34th edition of the Pan Am Racquetball Championships. Gary, Gustavo, Adrian to our right. Gustavo, game 3. Galicia has a 4-point lead. However, when Bredenbeck got that side out and the serve, what was the score?
He was coming in at 3. So, yeah, it's 3 points. But as I was commenting during the timeout, that Galicia just needs a break here or a good return and game over because of rally scoring. Let's go back to the court. Here we go.
Jake wants to get another ace. Did not get it, left the ball up. Great timeout, valuable for Galicia. He closes it out, 11-6. So when we come back, it'll be a 2-1 lead in favor of the young man from Guatemala. We'll break.
Ocho señales en vivo.
Y en simultáneo.
Solo por Pan Am Sport Channel.
Back live, Gary Mazeroff, Gustavo Farel, Adrian Macrino. Happy Pesach to his wife, Edith Cohen. So we're here at Court Central in the capital. You see Jake Bredenbeck representing Team USA coming in. He has a 1-game deficit now against Galicia from Guatemala. Gustavo?
It's going to be a tough one. Going back to the observations on the overpowering the ball is kicking up. The balls that Jake is hitting off the side wall and off the back glass. Side glass, back glass in particular, it's catching and it's gripping that glass and popping up. And as you said, Galicia isn't phased at all by the power at which he's being, the ball's coming at him at all.
Good point. Diana Aguilar from Mexico. You heard her voice in the background. Asking the players to play ball, 0-0. First to 11 win by 2 rallies scoring. It's one of the few right side drive serves that have come in. Another near side forehand pinch. Galicia, impresionante, no?
Same. It kicked off the glass over here and it came in kind of the center court, allowing for the forehand, wrap around. Splat, pinch, whatever you want to call it. Perfect by Galicia.
Ball live, Edwin, forehand. Long reach from Jake. Ball live, see ya.
Galicia putting the pressure on Bredenbeck now, knowing that he's in control.
He's in control and he has a little bit of cushion here.
Jumps out 2-0.
And he's ahead 2-1 in games. That's huge. Nice shot. Rally ending, backhand, pinch left corner, Bredenbeck on the board.
I'm sure Bredenbeck's been in this position before, down 2-1.
Yeah, he's ranked 3rd on the IRT tour. You know he's come back.
A little frustrated with himself there.
Animation.
Got handcuffed a little bit, the ball down by his feet.
Esposado. Handcuff. Oh, great clear. See you later.
That time, right shot by Bredenbeck.
2-3. Game 3. Day 5. 34th Pan Am Championship. There it is. Same side drive. Short crack, ace. Ball cracked out in the safety zone. Comes left this time, keeping him honest. Meanwhile, we have an empate 3-3.
Galicia raising his racket, trying to slow Jake down a little bit. He's got 10 seconds to do that.
Loose on that pinch.
One thing that Jake did very well there, after seeing he had the front court, he not only hit the ball straight back, he blocked the view of Galicia, but the ball was down. Excellent play by Jake.
Good point. So if the ball were up, Galicia may have been awarded a dead ball hinder, so no harm, no foul for Jake.
That's correct.
It would revert back to first serve.
You want to use that size to your advantage. Timeout.
We'll stay here. 34th edition of the Pan Am Championships. Some history here with my compadre, Gustavo. 1987, 1987, the first one. Primer Panamericano de Racquetball in Venezuela, Caracas, the capital. This is the 34th edition. And we lost 3 of the events, Gustavo. In a perfect world, this would be number 37, but 2 years of COVID, 20 and 21. And back in 99 or 2000, we lost one in Cochabamba as well for another reason. So here we are, number 34. And you and I have been around for many of those.
Yes, we have. Great to continue
and hopefully
to be
many
here.
more.
And we know there will be many more here in Guatemala.
Absolutely.
Because of the facilities and just the location
and para servirle.
And the administration here in Guatemala. Fantastic.
So Jake enjoys a 2-point lead here. Tiempo vacío from Edwin. Empty timeout. 6-3, game 4. I stand corrected, it's game 4. Ball live. Ball live again.
Nice get.
Ball skipped. One might ask Gustavo, at least one with a history in the game. Edwin had 2 opportunities when Jake retrieved it off the back wall. So it's 40-foot length. Jake, to keep the ball live, hit 50, 55-foot shots. Jake's up front. Jake retrieved it. Edwin's up front. Why doesn't he take the ball out of the air?
I think that was the right thing to do. Maybe he wasn't thinking that he should do that, but he needs to be a little more aggressive. Now, Jake has stepped it up with his aggression in terms of, feeling confident on the serve. His power now has been giving him the cracks that he's been looking for, and the ball's not coming off the back wall because it's going down the lines.
One answer may be it's not part of his regimen. Maybe he doesn't practice that shot. And you're not going to start practicing now in the middle of a round of 16 match in the Pan Am Racquetball Championships. So food for thought, folks. Put yourselves in the shoes of the players, coaching staff, broadcasters, the nuances of the game.
We're back here 7-3, 4th game. It's the right shot. That's okay. That was the right touch shot to use.
Unforced error.
Giving a point and the serve to Galicia.
We're in game 4, folks. Thanks for tuning in. It's 4-7. So Jake took that early. Now that ball cracked out. What's the call? Did she call a hinder before it? I think not. But there's an official timeout to clean the floor.
Backing up a little bit on that play, I thought that if Galicia would have made the motion when Jake was down on the left side there by the service line, when he was down, if Galicia would have made the motion to go up and look like he was going to take that, he may have been awarded an avoidable.
Te acuerdo. I agree wholeheartedly with you. He didn't. He stopped and he went back.
Yes.
And that has to do with his game style.
Yes.
So Diana probably, in my opinion, would not have awarded that because he hasn't shown the ability to take and do something with it to take it out of the air. Earlier in that rally, Jake did take the ball early. He didn't score the point, but he kept the pressure on Edwin.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Excellent point, my friend. So we resume play. And Bredenbeck serving 8-4. Thank you everybody for tuning in on the IRF Networks and the Pan Am Sports Channel. There it is. Over under here. Looks like we're going to go tie break, but
Galicia's got to be thinking, okay, what am I going to change here when we go to the tie break?
Great serve. Statement serve. Statement third shot. Came in with that jam, and all Edwin could do was flick the ball up to the ceiling.
It would behoove Galicia to get this point now, at least to get some inertia back, getting back into that service box.
One of the few broken balls we've had in the 5 days of this event. Thank you, Rafael Filippini. Gearbox, official ball of the IRF. Gearbox black.
Being used everywhere, the Gearbox blacks now in tournament play, at least at the IRT level, I understand. And women's are not playing with it yet.
I don't believe so.
The LPRT. It's a great ball. It plays well.
So you said it behooves Edwin to get back, get some more momentum, but he didn't. Jake closes it out. So we've completed 4 games. It's been a tale of 2 cities, to quote Charles Dickens. One city, games 1 and 3 in favor of Galicia, the other city in favor of Jake in games 2 and 4. Let's see what happens in game 5. It'll be 11 points, win by 2.
Vamos a un corte, regresamos en un minuto.
La salida doble cordón. Ahora sí se prepara para la salida.
Y se lleva la medalla de oro.
Back live at the championship court here in Guatemala City. Gary and Gustavo, for your viewing and listening pleasure. You're watching round of 16, Bredenbeck serving to Galicia. Bredenbeck had the opportunity to serve. He was up 1 in point count, so he elected to serve, Gustavo.
His choice. I believe whoever's going to jump out early here is going to set the tone and possibly take the match on this. And Jake had all the momentum coming with him go into this 5th set. Let's see if that continues to be the case.
Ball live, Galicia backhand. Ball down, so it's 1-1 game 5. First to 11 rallies scoring. Each player is entitled to 1 timeout at 1 minute in length. And they have to win by 2. Ball up top.
Nice get by both of them.
Tried that 3-wall boast, came up short. 3-wall boast, side wall, front wall, never made it to the front. Much to Galicia's chagrin, much to the joy of Jake Bredenbeck.
Both players seem to be overswinging a little bit in this 5th set.
Let's see if conditioning plays a role here. Ball down, point.
I remain firm in what I just said. Until that pinch off the glass there, every ball came off the back wall, set up for the other player, and they couldn't kill it.
For people newer to the game, a pinch is a sidewall, front wall combo. You want to use it effectively, you don't want to abuse it. Another unforced error there. On the other hand, with the pace that Jake puts on the ball, Gustavo, we'll call that a forced error. Came up short.
Ooh.
Aguilar calls short. Short serve is a fault serve. Second serve.
Look close from here.
Z serve. Left up.
One thing I saw Jake do there, he was watching where Galicia was going, and then he decided to drive the ball right back to the left side.
Good point. We're going to stay here during this timeout. So that was predicated on that strength of that Z serve to the backhand side. It was so deep, the ball veered off the glass so deep that really Edwin had one opportunity, and that was a combo shot. So Jake poached up front. And as you said, he was right there to end the rally.
And different than what he was doing early on, Jake was watching where Galicia was moving to. And when Galicia leaned right, thinking that he was going to drive the ball down the right side, he quickly flicked it left and low, and Galicia stood no chance.
So the momentum has not changed from game number 4. It was 11-4 in favor of Jake. Now it's 5 serving 1 in favor of Jake. First to 11.
We're back courtside here.
Racket up. 10 seconds. Statement forehand winner by Jake.
Jake looked like he was going to take the pinch to the right side there, to the near side over there, and Galicia would have gotten that unless it was a perfect pinch. And last second he hit it down the line. That's where he's been most effective.
Another empty timeout by Galicia. Nice return of serve off that strong serve. Another skip. So the tone of this match, middle of game 4, has changed.
What looked to be a 4-set win for Galicia now is looking to be a 5-set loss unless he changes something quickly.
Skip. 8-1, Game 5. First to 11 earns a spot in the quarterfinals. The loser will drop down to play for a second-tier position. This is a qualifier for the Pan Am Games, a multi-sport discipline festival in Santiago de Chile in October. Racquetball and squash are on the menu. Okay, that ball cracked out. That's a gift. Coming in to serve, Edwin Galicia from La Capital here in Guatemala.
Yes, he is.
Safety hold up, avoidable hinder.
Good call.
So you were talking about showcasing the shot, overusing the pinch. He reversed it. Jake was right on top of that. I think what he's asking is interpretation of a call. He's entitled to an interpretation. If he starts questioning a call and he didn't agree with it, that should warrant a technical warning by the official. Thereafter, it's a player technical minus a point for delay of game.
That's right. Aguilar handling that well.
Oh, nice. Great footwork.
Good recovery.
In the scheme of things, my friend, that was a great serve, but a better return of serve. 9-3, Game 5. Short.
His first serve percentage is very low, and when he has gotten it in, it's nicked the glass on the left side, popped off the back. More effectively, he's used the jam on this side.
And here's the nick. Great serve. Total control, Jake. Now he has in his pocket match point number 1 here in Game 5. Strange things have happened, but Edwin, let's put things into perspective. It's rally scoring. Edwin needs to get 7 straight rally wins to force overtime.
Large uphill climb to do that.
Looks like he's going to go drive Z again. Good serve.
Nice get.
Ball up top, setup. Setup number 2. He goes up top. He could have taken that early, and it cost him.
Yeah.
He being Jake.
Yeah, and Jake knows how to take the ball early.
So there's 1 of 7.
This game's going to end with the receiver making a point, or 7-8 straight from the server.
Well, there's 2 of 7. See if Jake calls a timeout if he loses this rally.
Actually, he needs 7 more now to win the match.
To win, but to force overtime, he needs 5 more.
5 more.
Correct. All right, let's see what he does with the second serve. Looking back at Juanito, his coach. Nick Lobb. And there it is. Jake Bredenbeck, USA, over Edwin Galicia, Guatemala. 3-2 here on the show court in Guatemala City, the capital. Recap, my friend.
I think it all changed in Game 4 for Jake. I was impressed early on with the way our friend from Guatemala here, Galicia, played. Excellent the first 4, I guess 3.5 games. Controlling the pace, not overhitting, doing what he needed to do. Really surprised Jake, I think. Jake was over swinging. And then all of a sudden in game 4, when he was down, Jake realized he had to change something, and he did. And he started to get aggressive, hitting the ball more and so down the lines, had a few cracked serves, and changed the momentum in the game, and simply just continue that on through game 5, closing it out.
Good point. So the higher ranked IRT pro wins. Bredenbeck will advance to the quarterfinal. And if he wins, if he's successful there, he'll go to a medal match the next day here at the 34th edition of the Pan Am Racquetball Championships. Gary Mazeroff, Gustavo Farel will be back with the next match shortly, and that'll be Portillo, Mexico versus Ugalde, Ecuador, in round of 16 men's single. So we're going to sign off for now. Thank you for tuning in.
Vamos a un comercial. Gracias, Macrino.